Welcome to another evening of possible drama as CRPF take on Celtic Queens FC. The team from Punjab can go third in the table with a victory, with equal number of games over top spot, which has been holding hands with Setu Madurai for the past 1 week. But CRPF showed an improved performance in the second half against Lords FA. Now let's get into the team news of CRPF. And their head coach Uttam Singh making only one change. Anay Bai is the only one. Benita is getting closer with her long rangers, but it was Neha who was impressive going forward. In midfield there's the energy of Neelam and the creativity of Promila, and up front is Tejiwala with a point to prove and motivated to play against Celtic Queens. Saida Bakshira is on the bench once again for CRPF, and Shakuntala, who has lost her starting place to Tony Devi. Talking about Celtic Queens, their head coach Nitesh Sharma making 3 changes from the side that lost 1-7 to Setu Madurai in their previous encounter. A 4-4-2 with the spine of Kiranpreet Kaur, Anju Chanu, but it's the other players like Ira, Chandani Patel, Elena Tony and Mercy Tagoi who are important to the plan, and they have showed how far they come in terms of development. And Sharma has Aksha, Sania and Khushi Chanu as available options. CRPF, their strategy is to win, and that will be for every game. They don't have the luxury of plotting different strategies for the season, and will try to be on the front foot and do everything to win regardless of who is available. And the side won the Police tournament in Kashmir, and the players got ample of game time. Nitesh Sharma parted ways with Maza FC. The team management kept on a young coach, and he will want to make sure that his teams get on a winning track from this game itself. And Uttam Singh has changed things from his second game in charge as the head coach, and what was a 1-0 win could easily have been by a win by a handsome margin against Churchill Brothers, but players didn't respond, and one of those players was their number 30 Promila, who was getting higher up the pitch. More of that, and CRPF can benefit from this game. And well, today's guest is Trevor Kettle. He is the chief refereeing officer under All India Football Federation, and he will get introduced to the players. And Nitesh Sharma will look to find a way. It seems he's found a set of players that follow the way, and what's more, he's seemingly able to carry the burden of expectation, but it becomes difficult to carry when results do not go your way. But it's high time for the likes of Mercy and Elena Tony to set up to make a statement. And so a team which has found it difficult to score against a team which cannot seem to stop conceding. So something must give tonight, and of course CRPF look better on paper, but Uttam Negi will be the last man in the stadium today to take this for granted, and Nitesh Sharma will be telling his girls to leave behind the previous result and start afresh today. Miseka have taken a point of Gokulam yesterday. That performance has inspired a lot of teams in the league to start believing in themselves and fight till the end. And the referee in charge of this game is Harsha Saini, and she is going to be supported by Kavita Shahu and Moni Khilari. And the fourth official is Pooja S. and match commissioner Basil Lawrence. And the referee assessor Supriya Bhattacharya. Oh, what a lovely day, and absolutely glorious conditions here as we welcome you to a football match of considerable significance and great consequence in this part of the country. And talking about this for a while, absolutely rolled up to it in fantastic numbers, and the traffic has been extraordinary this afternoon. And the two skippers, Benita and Sujata, it's a do or die game for both the teams, and two teams perhaps with different ambitions in the points table. but they want to leave the pitch with the vital 3 points. A chance for both the teams to showcase that this is the requirement of the hour for Indian football, and what a platform for them to show what they are made of. And even if few of them go off and have a great career, then it is a massive success, as it looks like if they play the football the right way, many of them will go on and have a long career in football, whether it's in the Hero Indian Women's League or abroad. CRPF got the better with each game. Cautious start, but that big win against Lord's FA, 5-2, where they looked very confident going up front. But the game against Churchill, that was a game changer for CRPF. We saw a very different side, and they showed a lot of character in that particular game. And every single player, every tackle, a lot of high fives, a lot of possession either in that game, but they made sure they grind out a result. So we are underway then with match number 31, as another day of now or never, another day of do or die, and two teams know how to win, have to search for that key again to unlock their potential. And even if it comes off late, it might turn into something electric. And the Hero Indian Women's League, unpredictable as usual. It will be interesting to see the approach of Celtic Queens and how they use in terms of trying to pass out or create something and force CRPF to defend as well. And they are in yellow, operating from the right to left of your screen. CRPF, the Central Reserve Police Force Football Club, are in red. And they aim for full points. CRPF and Celtic Queens, they clash heads at the Trans Stadia. The two sides are coming on the back of contrasting results. A free kick delivered into the box by CRPF, easily cleared away. An early pressure from set piece from Celtic Queens. A first real foray inside the box, but comfortable at the back CRPF. And now they are looking for first constructive move of this game. And the give and go working out, bringing the number 10 down on the deck. Chance for a shot. She takes it, but way off the mark. The goalkeeper Bithika Roy had that covered. Going down on the deck, Ida. Celtic Queens, Kenyan import. Mercy is playing on the left back, and she is from Ghana, the number 27. It is a 4-4-2 from Nitesh Sharma. Sujata, Ida, Sandhya and Marcy making up the back four. Alina Tony and Kong Shai up top. Pinky Kumari and Anju Chanu on the two wings. Chandani and Kiran Peet are the two central midfielders. It is a 4-3-3 on the flip side from Uttam Singh Negi. Nisha, Soibam Tejibala and Neha Mann forming the front three for CRPF. A lot of the ball in midfield will be managed by Anay Bai, who wears number 28. She is from Haryana, 20 years old. Previously part of Kenkre Hops, the Haryana state team. And here they come once more. CRPF. Closely marked Nisha by Ida. CRPF, they picked up a big 5-2 win over Lord's FA, and they are looking to build on that momentum. Meanwhile, Celtic Queens, they suffered a 1-7 defeat against Setu Madurai and will be eager to make a comeback. A quick feed there from Nisha. She is looking very, very threatening right from the off, making those mazy runs from the left wing and also cutting in from that wide position. Trying to take a shot or two from the center. That is one area Celtic Queens got to be very careful. Try and deny A shooting opportunity to the likes of 27 and number 13, Neha Mann. It's a very flexible front three of CRPF. Even though Soibam Tejibala likes to operate down the center. Pressure applied on Antrika by Alina Tony. And that will bring a throw in for Celtic Queens. Here is Marcy on the Ghanaian. A wayward ball. A comfortable interception made by a red shirt. Another ball towards the edge of the penalty area. That head from the number 25 not convincing enough. Kong Shai was the player and not managing to make anything meaningful on that occasion. It's clipped over the top, slightly out of position was Tony, and this should be intercepted by Mercy, which she does. A loose attempt in central midfield from Chandani, and now on the ball is number 50 Anju Chanu. Anju Chanu scored against Setu Madurai. That was a 1-7 defeat for Celtic Queens. They managed to score only one goal so far in this tournament and have conceded 14. A big reason to worry for Nitesh Sharma. Looking purposeful in the attack, Celtic Queen starting this game with renewed vigor. Despite languishing second last in Group B, the team behind them is Churchill Brothers. The day beginning with the game between Churchill Brothers and Odisha FC, and the Juggernauts winning it 10-0, a big result. The likes of Bala Devi, Jashoda Munda, Faustina, Karishma scoring hatful of goals. And at the other game, Setu Madurai beating Eastern Sporting Union by 3-0 with strikes from Priyanka Devi, Kiran and Sumati. Setu Madurai continues to stay at the top. They've won all the 4 matches so far, a goal difference of plus 18, and Odisha FC are just behind them on 9 points. Kickstart a third with 6 from 3. CRPF, a victory for them will take them level on points with Odisha. If they manage to win this game by a margin of more than 7 goals, they have an outside chance of occupying the second spot. That is gonna be difficult. Celtic Queen looks like a different team to what they were against Setu Madurai a couple of days ago. Here is Chandani. Close to her was the number 22, Kumari. A disappointing ball sent in. Celtic Queens FC, they qualified for the Hero Indian Women's League after winning the 2022 Pondicherry Women's League Championship, and it was a dominant campaign where they won 5 out of 5, scoring 24 goals and conceded maintained a clean sheet rather. They didn't concede a single goal during the state championship. And the Central Reserve Police Force is an Indian football club based in Jalandhar, Punjab, that competes in the Punjab State Super Football League. And the team participated in both the second division of the National Football League in 2003, the Durand Cup in 2012 and 2021. Battle for the ball in the center circle. The Ghanaian playing it out wide. There's that towering presence of Anai Bai in the heart of midfield. One of the many interceptions that you will see in this game from her, the number 28. Her presence will make players like Neelam and Pramila a lot more comfortable on the ball and help them play with more confidence. Good footwork from Mercy. A chance to play it down the right, opting to play it short. Mercy getting involved, goes directly for goal from that sort of a distance. That was quite an audacious try, and maybe I wonder what might be the thought process behind taking that shot from that sort of a distance. Is the assistant coach, the head coach rather of CRPF, Uttam Singh Negi, an AFCA license holder and also coach educator for All India Football Federation, and he conducts A and D courses, and also worked in the Baichung Bhutia Football School between 2010 to 2017 as a head coach. And here comes CRPF. I haven't seen much of the ball in the first 10 minutes. And the side from Punjab. The inclusion of Mercy and Ida at the back line of Celtic Queens have blustered their defensive unit. This is Nitesh Sharma, UEFA B license holder, and he did his UEFA B license from the Scottish Football Association, and formerly with Karnataka based Maza FC, and also worked with Cure Feet India and FC Barcelona Academy in Bangalore. A positive start so far for his side. And Nisha on the attack is CRPF. Cross from the left, straight to Bithika Roy. And Nitesh Sharma making 3 changes into the starting 11 today as he welcomes Bithika between the sticks. Ida also been brought on. Presence of 2 foreign players in the defensive unit will make things tight at the back for Celtic Queens, and goalkeeper will have a lot more work to do. The Hero Indian Women's League crown off in Ahmedabad, what has already been an eventful a few months in women's football in the country. Through the first 4 months, the national team players across different age group have all been a part of various competitions and tournaments. A chance for a shot goes low. Was Tejibala Devi. A good goalkeeping from Bithika Roy. Stayed low and stayed in line of the ball and collecting it quite comfortably. And this was the attempt, brought it down and goes for the shot immediately. And good attempt from Tejibala. And goes with her left foot this time is Nisha. It's wide for a goal kick. And this is how she tried to test the goalkeeper at the early doors. For those on outside looking in, the group stage of the 27th Hero Senior Women's National Football Championship provided quality game time and a chance to get on the pitch, get noticed and picked up by clubs looking to bolster the squad for the league. The defending champions Gokulam Kerala, obviously they look as the favourites, but there are new challengers on the block, ODISHA FC, and not just spending big to fill their squad, but also conducting a long pre-season to ensure the team is built for success. A rebuild from behind. Celtic Queens. Only one victory for them so far. Now CRPF, they started off their journey with a staggering defeat against ODISHA FC. It ended 0-6. And they fought back in the second game against Churchill Brothers. Found their form against the Goan Giants and defeated Lords FA 5-2. They are at present placed 4th in the points table. A couple of wins and a defeat. And they play next against Sethu Madurai on 7th May. And that is going to be a lip-smacking encounter. Stepping across is Ida. And making the angle narrow for Nehaman to put the ball into the box. Celtic Queens just ahead of Churchill Brothers in Group B. Another early ball sent in. Keeper comes out and almost spilling it right in front of a red shirt. Nisha was there. That was Ritu's cross. First quarter of an hour gone. It's still 0-0 between CRPF and Celtic Queens. That score line might change here. Just gone over. And Nisha a couple of times already showing her attacking intent. The number 27 had a couple of shies at goal from that sort of a distance. And this time it's just stayed high. A vibrant league where the clubs take charge of training players, keeping them fit, ensuring their well-being is the most integral part of a thriving ecosystem. And ideally this should happen throughout the year. The national team will only come in during the FIFA windows and certain times during the off-season to work with the players. And this puts the onus on the clubs and to create better players. So far, Nisha looked very functional and very, very proactive down that left wing. Helps it on. Kumari, Alina Tony, they couldn't get a touch. Neelam stepping in. And now from the right, Tejibala goes inside and then takes on her marker. Twisting and turning the number 4, Sandhya. Just cutting in and then coming on the outside. Just kept the number 4 guessing. Nothing productive as of yet going forward from either of the sides. Apart from few crosses from the left wing from Nisha and Neelam. CRPF though looks to be a team on a mission in this game. Chandani went low. I wonder whether she intended that or not. Headed away from Ida. Oh, that's a very robust challenge. That is very, very painful. Both of them are down on the deck. went for that 50-50. Look at that. Straight into Promila. And the number 14 of Celtic Queens is Sujata. And now play stopped. Both the players are down. And Uttam Singh Negi expected Celtic Queens FC to perhaps stay in the shell and invite the pressure. That isn't the case, at least in the first 20 minutes. They're looking to take the game to CRPF. And this was the incident. And getting welcome to big time Promila. And a free kick for Celtic Queens. As she pumps it long. This could fall into the path of number 15, but the goalkeeper was very alert. And Anju Chanu made that run forward. Slightly casual there from Neelam. The women's football has not had the relative advantage in the sport, unlike the men's game, and also has not become as prevalent in the country as its male counterparts. Draws an early save, Bitika Roy. The game was administered by the Women's Football Federation of India from 1975 until the early 1990s, when they were absorbed into the All India Football Federation. However, there were complaints that women's football is treated as a poor relation to the men's game, leading to plans to demerge the WFFI. The women's game also had its early pioneers in the state of West Bengal. Got to assess the situation and picks out the right pass into Kongshai, and she keeps going, muscled away in the end by the CRPF skipper Benita. That looked like a promising move, which was building up from Celtic Queens FC's perspective, but strong defending from Benita. Here they come once more. A nice link-up play around the edge of the area. A tidy defending from CRPF. This is how Kongshai getting under the skin of Benita. She wins the individual battle in the end. Should be cleared comfortably by CRPF. And now pouring forward, Tejibala Devi. Gazing for options. She's got one on the left and picks out Promila. Promila has got a couple of red shirts, making a run down the center. The pass was too long. Kiran Preet. Celtic Queens moving forward. Kumari quickly dispossessed. Mercy stepping up, putting a break on her run, checks back onto her right. A limited risk taken by CRPF in the first 24 odd minutes. Celtic Queens just starting the game on the front foot. Easily outnumbered at the back. And this is where CRPF can hurt Celtic Queens. A sweet exchange there. Getting past Mercy. Hung up towards the far post, but didn't carry towards the number 27. Nisha went straight to the keeper, selling one dummy to Mercy. Nisha but didn't carry to a red shirt at the back post. Lords Celtic Queens lost to Lords FA 4-0 in their opening game, followed by a 0-3 victory against Eastern Sporting Union. But the loss against Setu Madurai was a tough defeat to swallow by a margin of 7-1. CRPF on the flip side are on a high with back-to-back victories. It doesn't look like to be a side who started as the favourites on paper. They are under the cosh at the moment. The Celtic Queens building up down the far side. The ball is won back by CRPF, quickly challenged. The number 13, Neha Mann, she scored a couple of goals against Lords FA. Bakshira, the other goal scorer, she's on the bench. That should be comfortable for these Celtic Queens defense. Chandani. A loose pass. Neelam quickly challenged and dismantled. Mercy plays it forward towards nobody in the end. And now down the line goes Nisha. Mann falls to Nisha. Past one, Nisha gets the shot away. Goes wide for a goal kick. Yet to get into the groove. CRPF took the football fans by surprise when they defeated Lords FA 5-2 in the previous encounter. And she's won it. Tejibala looking to go directly for goal time and again. The CRPF players, and this was the challenge. Got the ball clearly, perfectly timed challenge from Chandani. A good piece of work. And now a reverse ball, stayed onside, looks up, buys a yard and brings a corner kick for Celtic Queens. Had a lot of time to pick out that pass. Alina Tony. A good defensive work there from the CRPF defense. Can they take the lead? The Celtic Queens for the very first time in this game. Delivers towards the near post. No conviction in the clearance. Shot from the edge. It goes wide. This time it was Ida on the centre half. Trying her luck from distance. Sat up perfectly on the bounce for the Kenyan. Lacked power, lacked direction at that attempt. So at the cooling break here at the Transstadia Stadium is CRPF FC nil, Celtic Queens FC nil. No such clear-cut scoring opportunities for any of the sides. A few good crosses from the left by Nisha, and Neha looked enterprising down the right, and Bitika Roy of Celtic Queens, she was kept busy, and the crosses just kept on coming in from both the flanks. And apart from that, uh, Sita Sharma of CRPF had a very quiet game. These are the moments of the first half an hour. A couple of shots from distance from Nisha. This was the previous one, and the second one wasn't too far away, and Nisha this time setting up Raj for a shot. That was Anaya Bai, and this attempt was very weak from Ida. So at the cooling break, both the teams deadlocked at 0-0. The women's national competition is played on a state versus state basis in the Indian Women's Football Championship. There are also similar national championship for junior teams, like the Junior Girls National Championship for the under 19s and the under 17 Girls National Championship. Some female players have become internationally recognized, and among them are Chitra Gangadharan, who was selected to play for the All-Asian Star team, and Janki, who was selected as a captain to the All-Asian Star team back in 2008-9 season, where she led her team to victory in Feb 2000. Sujata Kaur and Alpana Sil became the first Indian footballers to sign a contract outside India, but had to return after a month due to problems with the clearance of their international transfer. So until the 1983, the women's football took part in the international tournaments like the AFC Women's Asian Cup. The team won the silver in the year 1980 at Calicut. In the latter years, it had become poor in status, just like its men's counterpart. During the 2003 AFC Women's Championship, the Indian team were embarrassed by a 12-0 defeat to China. The first corner of the game for CRPF. Number 22, Ritu, the left full back, trudging up from her designated position to take the corner, is delivered low and hard out of the danger zone, and the ball will be recycled in by Ritu, taking the aerial route. Teams looking to take the aerial route makes it slightly easy for the defending side, given that the defenders they face towards the ball, while making the clearance, and the strikers they face behind the goal. The more you play over the top, the easy it becomes for the centre backs, who's having a direct view of the ball. Chandani loses out to Neha Mann. Promila wrong foots the number 13 of Celtic Queens. This time the cross looked like it took a deflection. Got to wait for the confirmation. In fact, it's given as a goal kick. The team did perform well during the police tournament in Kashmir not long ago. Meanwhile, this could be the first real scoring chance for Celtic Queens. A player lying down injured, but the referee allows the play to continue. And now emerge with the ball Nisha. And Nisha has got Neha Mann up ahead of her. Again a 3v2 situation. Nisha goes for goal directly from about 30 yards out, and just helped out by Mercy. It rattled the crossbar. A good hit from Nisha. Lot of time afforded to her. No one closing her down. And she lets fly from 30 yards out. Getting closer. CRPF. Celtic Queen FC. A player is down inside the CRPF box. It looked like almost like a cling of shin pads against shin pads. Anju taken out for treatment. That doesn't look too serious though. Beautifully played, almost managing to split open the CRPF defense. Referee just restarting play with a drop in. Bitika up towards the center circle, looking to change wings, and the intended target was Alina. They are down to 10 players for the time being, Celtic Queens. Can CRPF take that numerical advantage? So far, lack of intensity, lack of pace in terms of moving the ball around and going forward in attack. This is looking good, and she's brought down inside the box. That's an easy decision for the referee. Kongshai was caught inside the penalty area by Karam Tony, and rightfully Harsha Saini pointing to the spot almost immediately. That's a hefty challenge. And a penalty for Celtic Queens FC. This could well be the only highlight moment of the first half, even though about 8 odd minutes left. The number 25, Kongshai, will be taking it. Celtic Queens FC have scored only 1 goal in this competition so far, and it came via Anu's strike. Can Kongshai be the second player to score? And she does it with ease. The goalkeeper was rooted to her spot. Didn't allow her any time to make any kind of reaction. An impeccable placement from Kongshai into the bottom corner. A cool, calm penalty, perfectly placed. Even the best goalkeepers can't get there. Side-footed attempt, angled into the low corner, and no answers to that. And Celtic Queens FC surprisingly taking the lead here. Despite being the underdogs coming into this game, they have put up a strong show. The defense haven't faltered yet. That verve in The CRPF's attack is missing. Lacked energy as well. The midfielders of the team in red. This is Ritu. And now galloping at pace was Promila. A sliding tackle. Almost laid back towards Ritu. Falls luckily for a red shirt. Perfect cross. And a brilliant setup, but the header just missing the target by a whisker. And Nisha almost scoring the equalizer for CRPF. And look at that beautiful delivery. She tracked back, adjusting herself to head that ball. Just stayed above the crossbar. She tried to guide it underneath the crossbar. A first proper scoring opportunity for CRPF. The crosses keep coming in. So Celtic Queens got to be alert in defense. And now Elena applying pressure on Benita. It doesn't give up on the chase. Elena, the number 18 of the Celtic Queens, on to the number 22, 25 yards from goal. Tejibala was close to her and wins it on the overlap. Goes Ritu. Ritu's cross in. Tag too long for Nisha. Delivered into the keeper's zone. Mercy. Saw the gap. The space almost opened up. Closed down very quickly. Still about 3 minutes of regulation time remaining in this half. It's CRPF 0, Celtic Queens FC 1. Kochhi scoring the only goal from a spot kick. And this game just started to get a bit more physical. Tackles flying in and around the number 11, Tejibala. Ritu to take the throw in search of the equalizer. CRPF. They would want to go into the break by scoring the equalizer, and that will give them a lot more confidence when they step into the second 45, getting an incredible distance on the clearance. And after scoring that goal, Celtic Queens just getting numbers back behind the ball, making the channel down the center a bit congested. First time ball comes in, brilliant turn and a fine finish. No, it isn't. It hits the upright. And a last ditch defending from Mercy.
But now what happened?
Avoids the danger. The closest CRPF have come to scoring in the first half. Excellent first touch from the number 13, Neha Mann. Just had to put it in, and wasn't lucky enough to manage to find the back of the net.
You have to support Sujata there. Send her wide,
The
you come
post
inside.
coming in the way.
Pass attack पड़ रहा है. Boy, take man.
Could have gotten the equalizer. CRPF.
Easy, easy.
A tremendous opportunity
आगे आगे बस.
missed by Neha Mann.
Nanu come.
Nisha hitting the woodwork from a header once. I'm hearing that it's going to be an additional time of about 4 minutes. In fact, it's 5. 5 minutes added on in the first half. Now it breaks for the number 4. Rides the challenge. Excellent shoulder to shoulder from Ida.
Dev, goal kick.
And that was Neelam tiptoeing in the box. CRPF cannot settle for anything less than 3 points tonight to keep their hopes alive for the top 8. Tejibala's delivery goes up for it. Was Neha Mann. A couple of yellow shirts went up along with her. And that's a pretty blatant challenge on Tejibala. This is a good chance for CRPF to make something happen. Ooh. An off the ball incident. Looked like a card offence from the number 7 of Celtic Queens, and that was Chandani with the tackle. And now free kick from an angle which is conducive for a left footer. Ritu will look to set herself up with this set piece. Will she go directly for goal, or is it going to be a layoff for her teammates? Here goes Ritu, and she went for that curler. Was eyeing for that top corner. Lands into the roof of the net. Had her eyes set on the top corner. And Mercy was also expecting it to approach towards her at the back post. Bithika Roy in goal can breathe a sigh of relief. Soibam Tejibala Devi. Nisha. A promising run from Nisha. Lost control. Lost her balance as well. And now a counter could be on. Can they double the lead before going into the break? Celtic Queens. End-to-end action. CRPF looking to get into the game in the dying stages of the first half, and a brilliant goalkeeping from Bithika Roy. Just tipped over for a goal kick. That was a dipping cross from Ritu. Look at that, it was a dipping in. Just tipped over by Bithika Roy. Was very aware of her surroundings. Tejibala Devi now piling up the pressure. The CRPF, it's still not cleared by Celtic Queens. Couldn't get her foot in. Neha Mann. And finally some respite for the Celtic Queens FC defence. Defending in numbers, the team in yellow. A searching ball headed away by Ida. Falls to the number 28, and she tees up the number 10 on the left corner of the penalty area. A knock back towards Nisha in the center. Just taken away at the last minute. A brilliant piece of defending from Sandhya.
ए वो मैन खाली है किसने क्या नंबर मैन खाली है यार
Could well be one last chance in the first half for an equalizer. And now delivered into the box. Defender missed it. And there's that rising right footer. And there's the equalizer for CRPF. Just seconds away from half time. The number 27, Nisha, brings her side back on level terms. A stunning goal from the number 27. Was caught napping there. The Celtic Queen's defense. Misjudging the bounce, Sunita, and making her pay for it. The number 27, Nisha. And it's all square here at the Trans Stadia. The referee blows the whistle for half time. So at the break, it's CRPF 1, Celtic Queens FC 1. End-to-end action from CRPF. A relentless pressure, surge after surge inside the Celtic Queens FC's defense, and eventually that relentless pressure paying off. Match number 31 kicked off in a beautiful atmosphere at the Trans Stadia. And these are the balls delivered inside the box. And the corner from Celtic Queen. And the Ghanaian shooting it wide. And Nisha looked very impressive in the first half. A couple of shies at goal, hitting the upright from distance. But Kong Shai was brought down inside the box. She earned the penalty and she scored as well, heading her team in front. And Nisha missing the target from about 2 or 3 yards out. The keeper was kept on her toes, and the mistake from Sunita resulting into that equalizer. We go in at the break with this scoreline. It's CRPF 1, Celtic Queens FC 1. Welcome back to the second half. It is 1-1 at the break, and Celtic Queens took the lead from the spot, which is cancelled out late in the first half by Nisha. As per CRPF, they made a couple of changes. Saida Bakshida is the one who will come on, and Anay Bai will be taken off. Making a double change, in fact, Uttam Singh Negi and Savitri Kumari will replace Neelam. A midfielder and a defender will be introduced by the CRPF head coach Uttam Singh Negi, and Nitesh Sharma also making a change. Antasia comes on for Chandani. Both the head coaches blinking in terms of making changes right from the beginning of the second half. They look like growing into the game, CRPF, in the latter part of the first half, even though one can say that Celtic Queens were in complete control. There were some moments now and then for Nisha, some flashes of positivity when they were going forward, but I think it is also happening completely with Celtic Queens. And so we are all set then with the beginning of the second half, and both the teams trying to attack each other, but a little bit more composure is shown by Nisha in front of goal. It is important to maintain the pace of the game, and it needs a lot of energy to keep playing at the same tempo. And both these sides have shown that they have the strength, they have the skill, and they have the talent to go forward. We are underway with the second half. The team in red, CRPF, will be operating from the right to left of your screen. Looking for a quick start, CRPF. No one expected Celtic Queens to dominate the majority of the first half. They took the lead at one point, and just before the breather, gave away the lead. Conceding their 15th goal of the season. 123 goals is scored in this competition before this game, and 2 strikes this evening takes the tally to 125, and 4 goals between Sports Odisha and Kickstart as well. So it's 129 now, the goal scoring tally. Kickstart leading Sports Odisha 3-1. The other game taking place at the Shahibag Police Ground. This was the chance for CRPF to take the lead. Ritu with the cross. It was laid behind, and the shot just goes over. Syed Bakshida couldn't keep it on target. She scored against Lord's FA in the previous game. Will be looking for her second. The competition was planned since 2014 and got established in 2016, with the first season started in the month of October in Cuttack, and the league was launched as India's first professional football league for women's, with the aim to increase the player pool for India national team. And that was a biting challenge from Ida, and making the challenge and taking on the player as well. And now cross comes in towards the near post. Keeper with the mistake, and it has settled into the second post. CRPF takes the lead. An innocuous ball delivered from the left hand side, and the goalkeeper makes a big blunder. Ritu with the cross, and the goalkeeper Bithika Roy let that slip away. And a big moment in this game. CRPF takes the lead. and directly from a crossing position, Ritu, and giving the lead to the side from Jalandhar. And what a comeback from CRPF. Went down in the first half and fought back in a remarkable fashion. And now chance for them to build on to the momentum. And now in search of the equalizer. Celtic Queens. Up and over for a goal kick. Anju Chanu with the first attempt goalwards. This was the try. And now given away to a yellow shirt, Kiran Preet, looking for a one-touch build-up with Kongshai. And now Ida up towards the opposition's half. They showed a bit too much of the ball. Applying pressure now, the Celtic Queens. Mercy plays it forward, comfortably defended by CRPF. Antrika was under pressure from Alina Roy, clearing her lines comfortably, the number 23. Since the 2019-20, the clubs that become the champions are granted an opportunity to play in the AFC Women's Club Championship, the top-tier women's football club championship in Asia. And that might go all the way across. And touched out by Antrika, reading the danger. A good piece of work from the number 23. Corner taken shot by Celtic Queens. Anju. Slightly disappointing from the left winger. Until now, 4 clubs have been crowned as champions. Eastern Sporting Union, Rising Students Club, Setu Madurai and Gokulam Kerala. And out of them, Gokulam Kerala lifted the championship trophy twice. And finding her intended target, Nehaman. Nisha sorting her feet out, but couldn't find her teammate. The ball is recovered back by Celtic Queens. A clever touchdown from Anju. Interception from Tony. A miscommunication between the centre backs, and capitalizing onto it, Nehaman. Promila. Her cross is deflected by the Kenyan. The Kenyan defenders that have come to India. The name which comes to mind is Sammy Molo in men's football. Plays successfully in Kolkata for East Bengal and then later with the Mariners. This is Kiran Preet to take the throw in. Free kick for Celtic Queens. There was a push on Kongshai. There it is, as she was trying to turn her marker. Ritu just using her arms to push her out of the way. Can they find the equalizer? Anju Chanu sends this one in, getting something on it. Sita Sharma. Play called back. Going in dangerously was one of her teammates. A clash with number 13 as well of Celtic Queens, Kiran Preet. She went up for the ball. Since the 1991, the top women's football tournament in India has been the Senior Women's National Football Championship, organized by the All India Football Federation. This was the incident, almost sandwiched between couple of players. Sita Sharma. The tournament served as a female equivalent of the Santosh Trophy, with regional teams compete against each other. There had not been an organized national football league for women's clubs. However, the first women's football league was set up by Indian Football Association, West Bengal in Kolkata, as Calcutta Women's Football League in 1993. This was the moment. Got a lot of height on the free kick. Teji Bala and Promila making up for the wall. Almost squeezing the goalkeeper out. Beautifully brought down, asking for it. She looked up but couldn't execute the pass. And now on the run is the number 22, Kumari. Kumari from distance falls for the number 15. Is still holding on to it, goes for goal, and she scores. A stunning strike from Anju. And this could well be one of the best strikes of the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23. Sita Sharma had no answers to that. Anju Chanu from about 20 yards out. A stunning goal. Just taking the ball away from the grasp of three red shirts. Finding some space for herself. Goes for glory and gets the result. A brilliant strike from Anju. And she restores parity for her side. And we are locked here at 2-all. What a game going on here at the Trans Stadia. And this game is swinging like a pendulum from one end to the other. Defending from the front, the Celtic Queens. Miscalculating the bounce of the ball on that occasion, Antrika, and almost lands herself into trouble. A heavy touch. Couldn't hold on to the goal for too long. A CRPF. They faltered already a couple of times in this game, their defense. Lacking in variety, lacking in flair up top. But Ritu might change things here. She already scored from a similar kind of position. This time the goalkeeper backtracked and got behind the ball and plucks it out of the air quite comfortably. Making an interesting run forward, the number 15, Anju Chanu. She's got only one yellow shirt inside the box to aim at. On the second bite of the cherry, taking a deflection of a red shirt, and corner for Celtic Queens FC. Now Celtic Queens to play Kickstart next on 7th May, and that is going to be a massive game. Now this performance will certainly give them a lot more confidence before taking on the side from Karnataka. Creates the angle for the cross. A wayward try from Pinky Kumari. Ida with the header. Celtic Queen looking to up the ante. Can he slip a pass in? Anju almost managing to do so. Shouts of penalty. Not acknowledged by Harsha Saini. The player continues to stay down, but referee waves play on as CRPF in possession. Now the play is stopped. Just gone past her way. Almost a 50-50 challenge. And there she goes, Ritu. Might be slightly debatable, this call from Harsha Saini, but she was close to the ball and got a better visual perspective of the incident. It was a 50-50 challenge. Both of them went for the ball, unintentional of course. So 4 goals scored so far in this game. This was the incident. From the naked eye, that did look like an obstruction foul from Ritu. As we touch the hour mark here is CRPF 2, Celtic Queens FC 2. The side from Tamil Nadu taking on the champions of Punjab. A change is getting ready. CRPF making a change. The number 13, Kiran Preet, is going off. Pardon me, it's Celtic Queens making a change. And the number 5, Aksha Matthew, comes on. She started the last game against Sethu Madurai. Kiran Preet was slightly lost out there in the middle of the park, losing most of the midfield battles. Rightly addressed by Nitesh Sharma. Brings on Aksha. Aksha and Antasia are the two midfielders. Let's see how Celtic Queens FC cope up with a completely new central midfield partnership. Managing to defend with ease on this occasion, CRPF. Allowing a lot of time and space to the yellow shirts. Just sent back into the opposition's area, that header by Ida. And look at that track back from the number 14, Sujata. And away from the first challenge, Anju Chanu plays it into the path of the number 5, Aksha. Alina Roy, she's got a defender behind her. Asking for a corner, will get it. Just inviting Vinita to make that challenge. Now Anju Chanu to deliver this. Can Celtic Queen regain the lead once again in this game? Took the lead, went down, and Capit equalized almost immediately. Kongshai with a goal to her name. savvy. Antrika's clearance off the heels of a yellow shirt. In 2014, after the success of the Indian football women's team mainly in the SAF Women's Championship, a push to start a women's football league along the lines of recently inaugurated and successful Indian Super League happened. The clubs such as Pune and Bengaluru expressed interest in joining a national women's league, and it was around this time that AIFF started plans to create a league for women's along the lines of ISL. And now door opens up down the right from a sharp angle, goes for goal, parries it, Sita Sharma. The ball was still bobbling inside the area. The yellow shirt not managing to get on the end of that. Time and again knocking the door, the Celtic Queens. A CRPF under the cosh. Now this was the tussle between Mercy and Neha Mann. Kongsha is tempted. She had a couple of yellow shirts in the center. I could have picked out one of them. I went for the wrong option, the number 25. A slightly sloppy affair down there. No such constructive build-up from CRPF in the second half. Most of the games inside their own half. Anju Chanu with fancy footwork, jinxing past a couple of challenges. A chance for a cross, in it comes, and she is completely free. If only the first half, the first touch rather, of the number 5 could have been friendlier. Aksha had a chance to score from there. Pinky Kumari with the cross. A poor first touch, making her life difficult. The Hero Indian Women's League competition format had varied over the initial seasons. Mostly played as a knockout tournament, where 4 teams qualified for the single-legged semi-finals through the group stage. Played in a single round-robin format, and eventually one would be declared as the champion by winning the final. And currently the competition follows a single round-robin league format. It's a league come knockout, with the quarterfinals, semi-finals set to follow from 16th of May onwards. Sometimes it can be very irritating for the players, these stoppages. Anju, she's got a great range of passing and shooting. The number 50 on her. Karam making the clearance. A corner kick here for Celtic Queens. The side from Pondicherry looking the better in the second half. Anju Chanu delivers. Marcy was interested and sat up on the rise just outside the area for the number 16 Antasia. The clearance was half-hearted from the CRPF defenders. And that's outside. Throw in goes a CRPF's way. A point here won't be of good help for either of the sides, and especially for CRPF, who are aiming to qualify from Group B into the quarterfinal. That is going to be their first ever entry into the last 8 of the Hero Indian Women's League. And after a stunning performance against Lord's FA, this particular scoreline against Celtic Queens will really hurt them, even though there is time to get their noses in front. Still about 21 odd minutes remaining. I haven't seen much of Nisha in the second half. She was very busy in the first 45. And the CRPF got to involve one of Neha or Nisha more into the game. Both of them have got the quality to deliver those defense splitting passes, to deliver those killer moves. Here is the former Nisha. She is up against Ida, and Ida puts it out for a corner. Closely marked here by the Kenyan. Looks to be much more settled. Celtic Queens at the back. Their midfield are functioning well so far since making those 2 substitutions. Antasia and Aksha making things tight in the center. That was an attempt from Ritu, looking to join in the party in style. She already tested blood in this game. Was looking for her second. Completely miscued the attempt. A host of yellow shirts got in the way. She was slightly unsighted as well. This was the corner taken. Hits the stanchion. Tejibala Devi. Her crosses, her corners, just not finding the mark, finding the intended target. It just looks like to be one of those days for CRPF, where things aren't going according to plan and the balls aren't quite reaching Neha Mann and Nisha in the second half. Tegoi almost climbing onto the neck of Antasia. The corner here for CRPF. We are not far away from stepping into the last quarter. It's a perfect time for CRPF to take the lead. Ritu delivers an attempted flick on at the near post. Another corner for CRPF. That was cleverly taken by the number 22. Drives it low. Present at the near post was Nisha. Need to apply some different plan now from this one. Getting it in the middle. Managing to get her head onto it as well. A goal mouth chaos. And a foul in the end on Bithika Roy. And the 6-yard box, always the keeper's zone. Even the faintest of touch would bring a free kick in the keeper's favor. A much better delivery from Ritu. Got the height. Was aiming for the head of the number 9. Completely missing the flight, Bakshida. Tejibala was also in the mix. cuts inside. The ball gone out for a throw-in. With that, whistle for the cooling break as well. We'll try and show you the goals. A stunning strike from Anju Sharma. He is the best among the lot. At the cooling break, it's CRPF 2, Celtic Queens FC 2. And let's have a look at the goals that are being scored in this game. An intervention inside the box resulting into a penalty turned in by KOCHI. Coolly done by the number 25. And then the equalizer from Nisha. Balancing quite comfortably with the bounce. Saw the keeper slightly advanced and managing to get it over. And then Ritu from this kind of a position scoring it in. The goalkeeper, that was a regulation take for Bitika Roy. She completely missed it. Talk about this for a strike from Anju Chanu. Bringing back things on level terms. Players just hydrating themselves. These are the two African imports of Celtic Queen, Ida and Mercy. Their inclusion really strengthened Celtic Queen FC's backline. It was a masterstroke from Nitesh Sharma going into this game, bringing in the tall and physical presence of Ida and Mercy at the back line. CFP found it hard to go forward and make inroads in the second half, especially. They created few scoring opportunities in the first half. A couple of shots from distance. Stays strong there. This is a chance now for CRPF. Couldn't get past the towering presence of Grace. Takes it onto her stride and goes for a lofted pass. A nice direct running from Elena. Looks like Benita will get there first. She controls and plays it comfortably to her defensive partner. Promila as well looked very subdued, looked slightly off color in the second session. They've got a striker on the bench, CRPF in Husanpreet Kaur, and she did come on and against the Churchill brothers and looked very handy for the defenders to deal with. And with about 12 minutes remaining on the clock, it will be interesting to see when Uttam Singh Negi introduces Husanpreet Singh in this game. And that's the change which I just mentioned. Husanpreet replacing the number 30 as expected. Promila comes off, and Husanpreet coming in. Still got a couple of changes left. And the CRPF head coach Uttam Singh Negi. Let's see how this particular change works for the Central Reserve Police Force Football Club. Tejibala shrugging off that challenge, and now holding off Akshay as well. She is limping slightly. Sujata. We are into the last 10 minutes then. Will there be a late equalizer in this game? Will there be a late winner rather? This game is beautifully poised at 2-all. Having more of the ball the last few minutes. A CRPF. A ball comes in. Gets something on it, the goalkeeper. One touch too many in the end from Bakshida. And charging forward, the Celtic Queens. Easily defended. Benita, the CRPF skipper. Almost running into a yellow shirt. Bakshida, she lost it, and on the loose. Here's a yellow shirt. Now Kongshai trying to power past Benita. Whistle has gone from the referee. A few words exchanged between the CRPF skipper and the number 25 of Celtic Queens. A cold war going on between the centre back and the striker. Just getting in between the ball and the player, Benita, using her experience. Oh, in acres of space is Husanpreet. Pulls it across, nicely brought down. And Nisha takes it. Could land for the number 11. A yellow shirt somehow managing to get the ball out of the danger zone. CRPF still have it. Ritu's cross into a good position. Keeper controls it. And that was half cleared by Bithika Roy. This has been a problem for her, dealing with the crosses. Most of her punches not clearing the penalty area, feeble punches rather. And Nisha seems to be in pain. A poor touch. Nicely recovered by Neha. And here they come forward. CRPF, not much time left. One back by Sujata. She's got a wonderful burst of pace. Options on both sides. Holding her run, Kongshai, to beat the offside trap. Time ticking away for either of the sides. And just about 6 minutes or so remaining. A tackle from behind. Nothing doing, says the ref. Got the ball clearly. That was Hushanpreet. First to it is the number 5 of the Celtic Queens, KOCHI. Couldn't find her teammate. And now surging down the center. Great burst of pace, and she could be one-on-one with the keeper. Just a gentle shoulder barge from Ida. And Tejbala Devi dispossessed of the ball. Just got into the body of the number 11. Brilliant defensive work from Ida. Otherwise, she was through in a one-on-one situation. And Uttam Singh Negi will certainly not be happy with his team's performance, but this man Nitesh Sharma will be quite impressed with the way things have gone so far. Uttam Singh Negi looks slightly bamboozled. 3 points certainly was up there for the taking. And against the Celtic Queens, one expects them to win. And now a shooting opportunity for the number 9, Bakshida. Tejibala showing some silky skills there. Just selling a dummy to the fullback and setting it up for Bakshida. And East Bengal, the Red and Gold Brigade, will be in action tomorrow against Misaka United at the same venue. Slated for a 4:30 p.m. kickoff. It was scheduled to be a 8 a.m. kickoff. And the Red and Gold Brigade will look to carry on their winning momentum. 3 in a row for them. Just a point behind the league leaders Gokulam Kerala, who are on top of Group A. Setu Madurai on top of Group B. Got the better of the Eastern Sporting Union. It was a one-sided affair at the Shahibag Police Ground. Celtic kickstart, Setu Madurai. Gokulam Kerala looks like to be the strong contenders for the title this season. Kickstart Setu and Gokulam expected to play the knockout stages. So is ODISHA FC. Can't write them off. The Juggernauts. The men's team managed a top 6 finish in the Hero Indian Premier League, and also qualified for the AFC Cup by beating Gokulam Kerala in Kohikor. Now it's the turn of the women's team to follow the footsteps of the men's. The ball hits the ambience mic. CRPF, they need to up their ante. Looks like fatigue creeping into the sides. She went for that shoulder barge. Benita off the ball, slightly frustrated. Didn't connect her player. Referee was about to blow the whistle and then thought about allowing the game to flow. Nicely done. From the left, here comes CRPF. Ball sent in is low, but a red shirt will get to it. Husanpreet hung up at the far post, too far ahead of Nisha. Seven minutes added on. Still a lot of time for either of the sides to score a winner. Both CRPF and Celtic Queens have slowed down the tempo of the game. Some tired legs around there. Mercy. She had a decent game at left back. Chanu. Antasia. Sujata. Almost got herself into a spot of bother. As that pressure applied from behind by Husanpreet. Nisha had full control of the situation. The number 10 Ida. There she is. Look at that shielding from the number 10. Just kept Nisha away from the ball. Pinky Kumari. Celtic Queens on the ball. Mercy. Switching flank, finding Sujata. Now comes back in field. Kongshai. She has got number 5 outside her. Just overplaying it slightly, the number 25. There she is, Neha. Backtracking brilliantly. Was spotting the run of the number 25. A corner kick for Celtic Queens. Can they do the unthinkable here from the corner? Anju Sharma. It's high, no pace on it, but might come back in. Shouts of handball. Nothing given from Harsha Saini. A vociferous appeal from Celtic Queens FC. But the play continues here. A flying arm from Tejibala. A free kick taken quickly. Anju. Playing in Kongshai. Past one challenge, picks out Anju on the right edge of the penalty area. She comes outside the zone. And Sujata goes low and makes it comfortable for Bakshira, who couldn't hold on to the ball for too long. A nice link-up play here from Celtic Queens. Anju Sharma had a terrific game, especially in the second half. She's been at the center of all the goods that the Celtic Queens have produced in the second half. Husanpreet, the ball runs away from her. She got to stop it from going out, which she does. Angled forward. And looking for the run of Neha Mann. Neha escapes one challenge. Husanpreet. She has got Ida to deal with. And Neha with the ball in. Oh, just away from nestling into the back post. So close, the number 27 from that cross. And the trouble continues for Bitika from crosses. Almost catching her off guard. Whenever there is a cross from either side, Bitika, she goes for the punch straight away. That is one area she got to improve. Got to try and collect the ball. Got to try and grip the ball. But the tendency of goalkeepers these days to punch the ball away, sometimes it takes me by surprise. The moment you do that, you are inviting another phase of attack. Less than couple of minutes remaining on the clock. Can Celtic Queens change the score line here? Mercy. A misplaced pass. Just a minute remaining. Here comes Celtic Queens. Twinkling toes there from Prinky Kumari. Nicely done by Kongshai. Finds the yard and drives it across. Just inches away from reaching the number 5. And Aksha was waiting for the tap in. And this might well be the last roll of the dice. One last chance for Celtic Queens in this game to nick the winner. It's Mercy, the Ghanaian, to take the corner. Mercy goes flat, somehow managing to deal with the ball. And the CRPF skipper, Benita. Less than 10 seconds left. That is completely astray from the Ghanaian. We are steering at a 2-all draw here. Time running out for both the sides. And that's the full-time whistle from Harsha Saini. The first half ended 1-all between the two sides, with CRPF taking the lead via Ritu's strike, which was cancelled out by Anju Chanu's stunning left footer from 20 yards out. And both the sides shares spoils here at the Trans Stadia. A draw here taking CRPF to 7 points from 4 matches above. Keeps them on 4th because Kickstart have won their game against Sports Odisha. And after a losing streak, the Celtic Queens finally manages to get a point on board. It was evenly matched between these two sides. And a perfect result. It was a big game for CRPF in terms of keeping their hopes alive for qualification. Starting on a high, Celtic Queens. They kept on getting closer. Nishu was heavily involved for CRPF in the first half, hitting the upright. But Kongshai drawing a foul inside the box, resulting into a penalty. Converted comfortably by the number 25. Almost could have been an immediate response from Nisha. Bitika was kept up on her toes. Nisha scoring the equalizer seconds before the breather. And the second half started with a bang for CRPF. A couple of good crosses from Nishu. And finally this one finding the back of the net. And bamboozling the goalkeeper. Anju with a spectacular effort just restores parity for Celtic Queens. Konshai had the chance to nick the winner. The keeper was alert, Sita, and that wing punch fell for Bakshida. She couldn't make the most of that chance. This was the handball incident ignored by the referee Harsha Saini. And today's hero of the match is the number 50, Anju Chanu. She scored the equalizer for Celtic Queens. Rightfully judged today's player of the match. Trevor Kettle handing over the hero of the match award to Anju Chanu. She is presented a cheque of 15,000 rupees. And this was her strike which earned her the player of the match award. A smile on her face. Waited for very long, Anju. It has ended finally at 2-2 at the Trans Stadia. Thank you so much for being with us.